Members, we have a number of guests remaining with us today. Ms. Gaines, you have some special guests in the assembly today. Ms. Gaines, you are recognized from your desk.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And members, please look behind in the back of the gallery. We have fourth graders from Placer County Adventure Christian School in my district with their teacher, Cynthia Bueller. Good friends of mine. Thanks for being here.
Members, back on the file. File item 57, pass and retain. Members, please give your attention to Ms. Irwin. This is file item 58, AB 1993. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1993 by Assemblymember Irwin, an act relating to law enforcement.
Ms. Irwin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. AB 1993 creates a standard process for law enforcement agencies and specific private companies to exchange information when a warrant is served or during an emergency situation. As the society continues to move online, so does the need for law enforcement agencies to seek online consumer data to solve crimes. There is an increasing number of these requests from law enforcement, many of which are under emergency situations such as a missing person, violent crime, or threats of terror. AB 1993 improves efficiency and reliability of this process by ensuring that law enforcement has the information they need to properly submit requests, along with the ability to update or check the status of their requests in an emergency. This standardization will be mutually beneficial to both the companies holding the data and to law enforcement. For example, delays and lengthy back and forths caused by vague requests for data can be eliminated when the requesting officer uses the company's preferred channel of communication and understands what data is available and how to interpret it. This law does not change consumer privacy protection or existing law determining what should be disclosed. This bill is about ensuring that law enforcement has the information they need to properly submit requests in a reasonable and to have a reasonable expectation for responsiveness. Many companies have well-established processes that allow law enforcement to get the information that they need. However, many requests often go unanswered past the legally allowable time frame and require multiple exchanges to modify a request. Miscommunication or delays can be a matter of life and death. AB 1993 is a simple solution to bridge the gap between the existing communication gap between private companies and law enforcement. This bill is supported by the California Police Chiefs Association, the District Attorneys Association, and the state sheriffs. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Irwin. Mr. Lowe, you are recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker and members. I rise also in support of this bill. This is a common sense solution with the tech community and public safety. I also had a conversation with the member from Thousand Oaks and received a commitment to continue to work to strengthen the bill with various stakeholders. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Mr. Lowe. Ms. Melendez, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I don't know that there's necessarily a need for this bill. We're talking about companies who operate on a multi-state level. They don't have just one person assigned to handle these requests. They are handling these requests today, but I don't know how you would, with a straight face, ask companies to assign one person across the nation to handle these requests. They have special teams and units that are assigned to deal with these requests, and they do so quite well. With respect to the author, I would say that there's not a necessity for this bill, and I would ask for your no vote.
Thank you, Ms. Melendez. Mr. Cooper, you are recognized.
I rise in support of this bill, and having written one of those warrants and trying to get a hold of an internet provider or some contact from the industry is tough when you have exigent circumstances and someone's been kidnapped or looking for a murder suspect. You're trying to locate an IP address and you can't get a hold of a company's representative. So the bill is applicable, it works, And all it is having one contact you can go through and not getting an 800 number and a voicemail. So it's a much-needed bill. I ask for your support of the author.
Seeing no additional discussion or debate on this item, Ms. Irwin, you may close.
I just want to address the issue brought up by my colleague. We are taking an amendment to make sure that it's not a specific contact that is required, that it can be a group that is given to law enforcement. But I just want to give you an example. Imagine if your family member were missing and you were told they couldn't get an update from their cell phone company. They couldn't get a status update of the warrant that had been served. I find that simply unacceptable, and this bill would simply enable law enforcement to contact those who are responsible for processing the warrant. I ask for your aye vote.
With that, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote or desire to vote. The clerk will close the roll, tally the vote. Ayes 49, noes 16. Measure passes. Members, we have a couple of special guests with us, former members of this House. Former Assembly member and Senator John Benoit is with us today. And members, we are also joined by former Assembly member Brian Nestande. Brian. Members, back on the file items 59 through 66. Pass and retain. We are moving to file item number 67. That's AB 2723 by Mr. Chavez. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 2723 by Assemblymember Chavez, enacting to juveniles.
Mr. Chavez, you may open.
Thank you, Chair. AB 2723 closes a loophole by allowing children who are engaged in prostitution or loitering in a public place with the intent to commit prostitution to be declared dependents of the juvenile court system if the parents or guardians fail to protect those children. Members, this is a simple bill that gives discretion to the district attorneys to get help for these young women who are forced in this terrible trade. I ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Mr. Chavez. Seeing no discussion or debate on this item, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll. Tally the vote. Ayes 66, no 0. Measure passes. Members, we are going to take up file item number 68, AB 1743. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1743 by Assemblymember Dababneh and others, enacting to electronic transactions.
Mr. Dababneh, you may open.
Mr. Speaker, colleagues, I'm presenting AB 1743, a bill that will modernize the California law by allowing consumers to purchase or lease a vehicle with electronic signatures if consumers choose to opt in and on-site only. This bill is about consumer choice. This bill does not change the terms of the contract. It simply allows consumers to choose what format they wish to read and sign their contract in. In California, vehicle sales and lease agreements are strictly prescribed in the law and must meet certain statutory requirements, language, fonts, and colors. AB 1743 does not change any of these statutory safeguards for consumers. Furthermore, I've worked closely with the chair of the Judiciary Committee and his staff to make sure that there's even more protections that apply to the electronic contracts, and I thank the chair for that. I will continue to work with the committee to address some of the concerns, and I look forward to taking this to the Senate for further work. I believe that with more time and input from stakeholders, we will know the effects that these amendments could have on the banking and finance institutions who purchase these auto loans. AB 1743 will provide consumers a better, more modernized, and streamlined vehicle buying process while still maintaining consumer protections under the law. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Mr. Babney. Mr. Lowe, you are recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker and members. As co-chair of the Technology and Innovation Caucus, I too rise in support of Assembly Bill 1743, a bill that supports the Tech Caucus's goal of making our state more environmentally sustainable. This bill will put us on the road to not only simpler documentation, but also a greener one. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Mr. Calderon, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. Also, as co-chair of the Tech and Innovation Caucus, I rise in support of this bill as a Tech Caucus priority bill. AB 1743 brings the car buying process into the 21st century. Electronic signatures and records have revolutionized the way commercial transactions are conducted, and the car buying process should be not excluded. Electronic transactions have a number of significant advantages, including faster service and consumer choice. Additionally, when an electronic system is used, it ensures that every signature line is signed and every box is checked. They also have the ability to give explanations in different languages and perform instant calculations so the consumer knows exactly how much they are paying. I hope you will join me in supporting this bill, a bill that will modernize and streamline the vehicle buying and leasing process for consumers in the modern world. Thank you, and I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Seeing no additional discussion or debate, Mr. Babney, you may close if you wish.
Mr. Speaker, permission to use props.
Without objection.
As most of us move from a traditional paper version of getting our information to one driven by technology, I think it's a natural transition to do the same for commerce. We've seen in almost every industry a transition towards some type of digital option for contracts, from how you get your mortgage to your personal insurance. This is a natural transition for consumers, but one that I think actually provides greater transparency and more consumer protections. I respectfully ask your aye vote.
Thank you, Mr. Babney. Clerk will open the roll. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the vote. Ayes 70, no 0. Measure passes. Mr. Calderon, you are recognized for your motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. At the request of the author, please remove the following bill from the consent calendar. File item 150, AB 2430 Gaines.
Thank you, Mr. Calderon. Clerk will note. File item 69, pass and retain. File item 70, AB 2393 by Ms. Campos. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 2393 by Assemblymember Campos, enacting to school employees.
Ms. Campos.
Mr. Speaker and members, I present to you AB 3293, a bill that would provide K through 14 classified school employees and community college faculty with up to 12 weeks of paid parental leave for both newborn and fathers. Last year, I passed a bill out of this House that helped address K through 12 teachers. They won the right last year through AB 375, a bill that was authored and signed into law. The solution for this bill that I present today would support families and give them the ability to be able to stay home with their newborns. It also means that individuals that have adopted or are in foster care, have taken on a foster care child, would also qualify for this bill. And this, the ability to take up to 12 weeks of paid parental leave. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Ms. Campos. Seeing no discussion or debate on this item, clerk will open the roll. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote or desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll. Tally the vote. Ayes 47, noes 20. Measure passes. File item 72, pass and retain. File item 73, we will be taking up. That's AB 1926. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1926 by Assemblymember Cooper, enacting into Public Works.
Mr. Cooper, you may open.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. AB 1926 will help state-registered apprentices continue with their training by ensuring they receive fair compensation when, at the request of the contractors, they are dispatched to a construction site ready and prepared to work, but are not utilized by the contractor. AB 1926 remedies this issue by ensuring that apprentices will be paid their properly owed prevailing wage rate in the event a contractor does not use the apprentice for construction work but requires the apprentice to undergo testing, added safety training, and any other pre-employment requirements. The apprentices would receive payment for only the time spent on the required activity. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Seeing no discussion or debate on this item, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll, tally the vote. Ayes 48, noes 14. Measure passes. File item 74, pass and retain. Members, moving briefly back to guest introductions. Mr. Daly, you are recognized from the speaker's desk for your guest introduction. Mr. Daly.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. Today I'd like to recognize Lassen County Supervisor Jim Chapman. Jim has had 40 years of outstanding service to the Lassen County Board of Supervisors and is the longest running district supervisor in the state of California. I was honored to work beside Jim for 16 years serving as a county supervisor. Jim's hard work and dedicated and focus on serving his district and community and state. Since his election into office at the age of 19 in 1974 to the Susanville City Council, Jim has been in 10 election cycles, defeated 13 opponents, served under 6 different governors, and seven different assembly members. At the time of his election to the City Council, Jim was the youngest City Council member in the state of California. He further served his community through leadership involvement in several esteemed organizations and agencies such as Rural Counties, CSAC, LAFCO, Lassen County Transportation Commission, Lassen County Chamber of Commerce, among many others. He has supported numerous important local projects and programs throughout Lassen County. During his many years of service, Jim has dedicated his efforts to not only the county matters, but the various local philanthropic groups as well. Having served as the chairman of the Regional Special Olympics, worked on the development of the Biz Johnson National Recreation Trail and the historic Isaac Root Day events for the local schools. Each of Jim's efforts are deserving of acknowledgement and praise, but this list is extensive and it would take all day to hear them all. I take personal pleasure in commending the Honorable Jim Chapman upon the occasion of his retirement from the Lassen County Board of Supervisors this fall for his admirable record and responsible citizenship and dedicated service and enhancing the lives and people in Lassen County. I convey my best wishes for his further achievement and personal satisfaction in the future. With him today is his lovely wife Marilyn, his brother Paul, and his sister-in-law Katie. I ask that we rise today to congratulate my friend, Supervisor Jim Chapman, on a lifelong career of civil service.
Okay, members, we are back on the file. File item 75. That's AB 2272 by Mr. Thurman. The clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 2272 by Assemblymember Thurmond, enacting into occupational safety and health.
Mr. Thurman, you may open.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I rise to present AB 2272. This is a bill to promote safety in the workplace and for patients who are in surgery. It reduces toxic gases that occur during surgery from the heat generated from the use of lasers and cauterizing and burning of human tissue. And this creates dangerous toxic gases that can be harmful to the patient, to nurses, and to doctors. There are simple procedures that can be used to evacuate these so-called surgical plumes, and this will guarantee safety for our patients, for our nurses, and our doctors, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Mr. Thurman. Seeing no discussion or debate on this item, clerk will open the roll. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote or 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 desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote or desire to vote. All members vote or desire to vote. Mr. Thurman, what's your pleasure? Mr. Thurman moves a call. Members, moving back to guest introductions, Mr. Wilk. Your guests have arrived in the assembly today. Mr. Wilk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to introduce to you all today the 4th grade class from Legacy Christian Academy. Their teachers are Mrs. Meister and Miss Johns. I had the honor last fall of attending a ceremony on their campus as they were named a 2015 Blue Ribbon School. So go Lions, stand up, wave to everybody, get up here.
Members, back on the file. File item 76, AB 2288 by Ms. Burke. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 2288 by Assemblymember Burke, enacting into workforce development.
Ms. Burke, you may open.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. Assembly Bill 2288 helps encourage women to pursue careers in building and construction trades and ensures that students in pre-apprenticeship programs are taught essential elements of the different building and construction trades through the Multi-Craft Core Curriculum, or MC3. Historically, a construction career has not been a traditional choice for women when deciding what type of career to pursue after high school. Exposure to different career options like those in the building and construction trades can be critical in opening new doors for solid living wages. AB 2288 will also ensure consistency in building trade pre-apprenticeship programs funded by the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act by using MC3, adopted by the California Department of Education. This bill gives those in pre-apprenticeship program a well-rounded introduction to trades and helps women break in and break down barriers in a male-dominated field. I respectfully request an aye vote.
Thank you, Ms. Burke. Ms. Grove, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I've been trying to talk to the author about some issues with this bill, although it's well-intended because we do want women to enter into the construction trades, and it's very important. The AB 2288 is well-intended, but the bill has its flaws. First of all, it would authorize the multi-craft core curriculum. That's the only curriculum that's eligible to use in pre-apprenticeship training for California. The NCCER training is used by our community colleges, and it's used by community colleges and a lot of trade associations. That funding for NCCER training would be eliminated. So a lot of us in counties and cities that have rural communities, and not only rural communities, but in Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Jose, Santa Clara, up and down the Central Valley, and deep in Los Angeles counties, will not be allowed to have the funding for NCCER training, where training is already taking place for this curriculum for women to be trained. The only training that would be available for these schools with programs that already are in place would be training that is required under a 2014 Federal Workforce Act. And so I would just ask that we look at this bill seriously, because what it's going to do is limit the opportunities for women and students to participate in training programs that are already developed in a lot of our school districts and our districts now, where training is taking place, and the training that is, this bill will make that training obsolete, and there will be no funding for this training when programs are already in place. I urge a no vote.
Thank you, Ms. Grove. Ms. Gonzalez, you are recognized.
The beauty of getting women into a field which can provide them economic security is the basis for this bill, and it's a great bill. We had a hearing with the Select Committee on Women in the Workplace, and let's just be honest with ourselves. Over 90% of the women who are in the construction trades went through a joint labor management apprenticeship program. If we want to say it, it's a union apprenticeship program. Over 90%. These other programs have not graduated women from their programs. They have not put women in a pathway for a career in the trades, and the only ones that have the union component. And I'm sorry if folks don't like that. That is the truth. Those are the facts. So this pre-apprenticeship program, directing it towards the multi-craft core curriculum, will allow women to start on the path to getting into a joint labor management apprenticeship program, one which, by the way, she will not have to pay for, because it's paid for by the union and the employer. She will not have debt from. She will be paid as she works, and this is the way we should be going with these types of training programs if we're putting public dollars there. I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. Seeing no discussion or additional discussion or debate on the item, Ms. Burke, you may close.
I just want to make clear that we did not receive any opposition from a community college, from my colleague from Bakersfield's district, or any community college district for that matter, which leads me to believe that those districts are not actually using WIOA funds. I think part of the confusion here is we are not removing NCCER as a course. You can use that. You just cannot use WIOA funds to fund it. So with that, I respectfully request an aye vote.
With that, clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. All members vote who desire to vote. The clerk will close the roll. Tally the vote. Ayes 57, noes 12. Measure passes. Members, I am prepared to lift the call on file item 75. That's AB 2272. Clerk will post. All members vote who desire to vote. Clerk will close the roll. Tally the vote. Ayes 42, Noes 22. Measure passes. Back to Ms. Burke. This is file item 77, AB 2337. Clerk will read.